Okay, so you want to solve a Rubik's Cube. I'll show you how. Pretty basic way. I'm no professional at this, but I will show you how to do it. The first basic thing that you need to know about a Rubik's Cube is pretty simple. These center pieces, they will never change their position in regards to the other center pieces. What I mean by that is that, for instance, this green will always be beside this. This white will always be beside this green. And this yellow will always be beside this green. And this yellow will always be beside the blue. Red and blue will always be next to each other. I'll never be able to get a blue and a green, no matter how I turn this. Blue and green will always be opposite of each other on the other. Same thing with white and yellow. They will always be opposite of each other. Okay? With that noted, we're going to do our first step here. I like to start on the white side. You can pick whatever side you like to start on. It doesn't really make a big deal. So the first thing that I like to do is we're going to start with a cross. So we're going to find all of our white edges. These are called edges. These are called corners. So we're going to find, we'll start out with, let's see, a red and a white. So we want to find an edge piece, a center edge here, that is white and red. So let's find it. Go figure. It's right there. Okay. There's a white and red, and it just happens to be lined up properly. So you want the edge to match the center, and it's on the bottom. So pretty easily we can just turn this like that, and there you go. We have our first piece. And red, white, matches the white. We want to keep it like that. Okay. So we'll just turn the cube. Now we want to find a green and white piece. Okay. So the green and white piece. Here it is. Here. There's green and white. Okay. And we want it to be here. So it's way over here. So the easiest way to do that is we're just going to move it to the bottom. Okay, so there it is, green and white. It's on the bottom. Here's our white. Here's our red that we just did. So we're gonna move it. We're gonna turn it. Okay, so there it is. Now, if we turn this, look what we've done. So there's the right piece. It's not facing the right. It's inverted. It's not facing the right direction. So it's in the right spot. So to fix that, we're going to flip it. So to flip it, all we're going to do is turn it sideways. And the side that we turn it to, we're going to move back to the bottom. Okay, so now it's over here. And then we're going to turn the bottom. And now you'll notice that the greens match up, and there's the white on the bottom. And just like the red piece, we'll turn it up to the top. So now we have a green piece matching with white, and a red piece matching with white. Perfect. Now we're going to go and find the orange and white piece, which just so happens to be right there. So, easy move. Just turn it up to the top. Now we have three matching pieces. We've got our orange and white, green and white, red and white. Last piece is going to be blue and white. Okay. So the blue and white piece is back here at the back, right here. Again, if we move it over here and turn it up to the top, you don't have to turn it up to the top, but I'm just making the point here, and that it's not going to match up. Okay, it's opposite. So again, we need to turn it sideways. Now, just for a second, we need to destroy what we already have, but we'll put that back as soon as we're done moving it to the bottom. Okay, so it's moved to the bottom now. So there it is, but we've ruined what we've had. So we've moved this down here. So we've broken our top. But to fix that, now that we have the blue on the bottom, we're going to move the blue to the bottom where it's supposed to be. Okay, so we just moved it sideways, so there it is. And we're going to move our side back. Okay, so we've repaired our side. So we have our three pieces, and now we can move the blue to the top. And there there we have a white cross. And all the sides, all the top portion here, they match. Okay, that's the first step. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to fill in our white corners. Now you'll see from the first thing I said was that all of our centers are going to match. What that means is that all of the corners, no matter what, they will have matching centers. So what we want to do is we want to find a corner that matches the centers. Okay. I find it easiest to find corners that when you have your white facing up, you have a white piece facing outwards. Okay. So if the white piece is facing the bottom, just leave it alone for now. We're going to do the easiest first. So this white piece here happens to be the green, orange, and white. So what we're going to do is we're going to move it to the green. Here's our green center, here's our orange center, and here's our white center. We're going to move that over to that corner. Okay, so there's the green, orange, and white, and here's our green, orange, and white corner. It's on the bottom. So I like to pick these up. I like to say I don't know what if there's an actual name for it or what. But what I mean by picking it up is I put it in the corner, and we're going to move it inwards. So wherever the white is facing, wherever your white is, you're going to move it inwards. This one. Okay? What that allows me to do is move down this side here. Okay, here it is. We don't want to move that. So if we leave it here and we put this downwards to pick it up, it's going to move it. Okay, we don't want to move it, so we want to move it out of the way. We move this down, then we move it back. Okay, so now we can pick this up. Okay, so we've picked it up, and there it is. It's picked up. It's on the top now. We just leave it there. Don't need to mess with it anymore. The good thing about this move is it doesn't really mess with any of the other things, and when you do that move, if it does mess with anything, it puts it back. Okay, so now you'll see that we don't have any other outward facing corners. We have a bottom one, and then we have two that are in the wrong spot. So if a corner is in a wrong spot, you'll see this is orange and red and green and blue, but the white's right. But it's in the wrong spot. We're going to do opposite of picking up. We're going to drop it to the bottom because it's not where it belongs. So to drop it, we just turn it down. We turn the bottom, and then we turn the top back up. So now we've moved it down to this bottom here, and we've dropped it out of that corner. The good thing about dropping it was we've made it facing outwards instead of down. Cool, right? So this is the white, blue, and orange side. So we're going to move it to that. There's the orange, there's the blue, there's the white. We're going to move it to the same corner. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the last one. We're going to move it out. We're going to drop this side down. Even though it has a white side, a corner that's white, it's not where it's supposed to be. Okay, so it's a green and red and orange. So there's our blue, orange, and white. We're going to move it over, drop this down, and we're going to pick it up. Okay, so there it is, picked up. Okay, so we moved it over here, we turn it, and then we're going to pick it up. There, now we have two corners done. Perfect, we have two corners left. And in moving this one up here and picking it up, we actually created another one that's facing out. Okay, it's on the opposite side. So this one is the green, red, and white. So we'll move it over the green, red, and white corner, which is here. It's the opposite way, so we're going to do the same move, just on the opposite side. So we'll turn this inwards, so inwards to where the white is. We'll move this down to pick it up, and then we'll turn it back. Now we've picked it up. Easy enough. So it matches. Now we have three sides all matching, all corners. Okay? We have one left, and you'll notice there are no more white. The white's on the bottom here. Okay? That just adds one more step to what we want to do. So we want to move it to the corner that it's supposed to be in, opposite on the bottom. So there it is, it's supposed to be up here. And all we're going to do is, you can choose either side that you want to use. It doesn't really matter, as long as the corner that you want to put it in is that corner that it's in. And you're moving it downwards. So we can drop it. So that moves this out of the way. But what it does is when we turn this, it takes this and makes it an out-facing cube. Perfect. So that's what we want. So when we move it, we're going to move it down. Okay? And all we're going to do is just turn the bottom. So we're not ruining anything up here. Okay? Just so that when we turn this back, we're leaving it was here, and when we turned it back, we put it over here. So when we turn this back, so you'll see here it is. We're going to move this down. Now it's at the bottom here. So we're going to turn this so that the cube we want is on the opposite side. Now you can move it over here if you want. It doesn't really matter what direction you turn this bottom piece, just as long as it's out of the way, so that when we move this back, okay, when we move this back upwards, we're not moving this piece anymore. Now we have it out facing, so we can do just like in the last moves.